Hello everyone, welcome to Fucking Whack Comics. Today I'm going to show you a really good technique on how to press and clean a comic book. Recently we were nominated in the CBC Awards for Most Comedic Content Creator, and we've had a few people say we should have been up for pressing and cleaning because we do some of the best pressing and cleaning content out there, and we're not funny at all. We're more serious, we take ourselves seriously, and we hope that you take us seriously as well. So you can see here this comic book is not in great shape, but if you follow these simple steps, I'm going to show you how you can press and clean a comic book at home with nothing more than a sandwich press. Alright, let's get into this. Like I said, this comic book has seen better days. It's got a few spine ticks up the side there. There's a lot of crinkles on the cover. As you can see, I'm sure we all have comics like this in our collection that we just don't know how it got this bad. But never fear, we can still get that 9.8 if we press it and clean it. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. First, it's a bit dirty, so we're going to need to give it a bit of a wipe down and a bit of a clean. First, you're going to need a little sponge and a cup of water. So what we're going to do is we're just going to lightly put a little bit of water on the cover itself, just to loosen it up, make it a bit moist, so when we're cleaning it off, we can get all that dirt and grime off a little easier, okay? So don't be shy with how much water you put on, because in the end we can dry it off when we're cleaning it, when we're pressing it, I'm sorry. So there we go, it's nice and moist now. So we're just going to get our sponge, and I always say to use the green side of it, the more scary side, I don't know what the correct word is for that, but here we go, look at how much this is coming up now, nice and clean, getting all that dirt and grime off just perfectly, just fucking perfectly. We can't forget the corners. A lot of people do forget to do the corners, and we can't forget the corners because they're just as important as the rest. There we go. So that's nice and clean now. Never forget that the back needs cleaning just as much. So we're going to repeat that process. We're going to put a little bit of water on the back, and then we're going to get our sponge and just lightly scrape it here, like so. Look at that. Look how much cleaner this is getting already. Oh, I can already see that 9.8 from CBC, because that's what we're aiming for at the end of the day. That's what everyone's aiming for, is the 9.8. And if you don't clean and press your comic books, you're really leaving that extra, that high grade, that 9.8 on the table. So there we go, that's beautifully done there. Now the next step is getting out your sandwich press, and this is just any old normal sandwich press that you'd find at home. We open it up there, you can see you'll put your sandwich there usually. But they're also great, absolutely great for pressing comic books. So we've got the orange light, we're not going to put it in until it's ready and we get the green light. Alright, there we go, we just had the green light pop on. So now we're going to open it up, and it is ready now to take your comic book. So what we're going to do, we're going to open the comic book to around the middle page where we can. We're going to place it down, hear that sizzle. Alright, now we're going to treat this much like a sandwich itself, and we're going to chuck some tomato on it. This really does help the process, trust me. And then we're going to put some tomato sauce. And for me, with my toasted sandwiches, I always love to crack an egg as well. So we're just going to crack that egg on there and make sure we get the egg all around the comic book itself. It doesn't really hurt to leave the shell in there as well. And then we're going to close that up, and we're going to close the lid of the sandwich press. And listen to that sizzle. That's how you know that it's working. The egg and the tomato sauce is going to trick the sandwich press into thinking that you are pressing a sandwich, and but we're actually pressing a comic book here. But the sandwich press is quite smart. It knows when there's no sandwich ingredients in there. So you need a few sandwich ingredients. I do prefer to go with the tomato, egg and tomato sauce because that is one of my favourite toasties. But if you want to chuck some ham or some cheese, you can definitely go that route as well. We'll check back in a minute to see how this is going. Alright, let's have a look. Oh, look at that. Already you can tell that spine is coming up so much cleaner. Let's see if that egg is cooked in the middle there, if we can get to it. Like we have a little bit of piece of shell hanging out. Yep, that egg is cooking well. So we really want to wait for that egg to cook properly. So we're going to close that back up and come back to it again. Alright, I think we're done now. I'm going to show you now the most important step on how to press and clean a comic book after you've put it in here. And then I'll show you the end result. Now that you've got it out of the press, it's a bit hot, so what you really want to do is chuck it in the freezer to cool down. And once we get it out of the freezer, then you'll really see how much better it looks, how clean it is. The spine breaks will all be gone. This is the final step, the most important. People really forget after you've pressed the comic book and heated it up. It really does need some freezer time. So there it goes in the freezer. And after all that, here is our comic book. Nice and fresh and clean. Look at this, not one spine tick now. Remember how many spine ticks we had at the beginning? And it's so beautiful and clean now. This is probably the best press that I've done on a comic yet. I'm really proud of this one. And like I said earlier, if you forgot that we did do pressing and cleaning content here, I know it's been a while since we've made pressing video, but as you can see, our results do work, and we really should have been nominated and made it to the finalists for pressing and cleaning, and not comedic, because we're not comedic, we're serious here. We do serious content like how to press and clean. So yeah, I hope this video has helped you, and I hope you get nice beautiful results like this, just like I did. Thanks for watching.